Look, be honest with yourself for a second. Have you ever laid in bed at night thinking about how much more you could be doing with your life? Better career, more money, better habits? And then the next morning you hit snooze, scroll your phone, and somehow the day just disappears. You're not stupid. You're not unmotivated, and you're definitely not lazy in the way you think you are. But there is a problem. And once you see it, a lot of things about your behavior are going to make uncomfortable sense. My name is Lucas, and I spend way too much time thinking about why ambitious people keep sabotaging themselves. If you're someone who has big goals but struggles to follow through consistently, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because here's the thing. Ambition without the right systems doesn't turn into success, it turns into guilt. Let's challenge a common assumption right away. Most people think laziness is a personality trait, like you either have discipline or you don't, like some people were just built different. That's not true. According to research from Stanford and the American Psychological Association, what we call laziness is usually cognitive overload, decision fatigue, or misaligned incentives. In other words, your brain is tired, not broken. Here's what most people don't realize. Ambitious people are actually more likely to feel lazy. Why? Because their expectations are higher than their current systems can support. Let me describe a cycle. See if this feels uncomfortably familiar. You set a big goal. I'm going to learn a new skill. I'm going to start saving and investing. I'm going to fix my life this month. You feel motivated for about 3 days. Then resistance shows up. You procrastinate. You avoid. You feel guilty. You call yourself lazy. And instead of lowering the difficulty of the task, you raise the emotional pressure. That's the loop. And it's brutal. Now you might be thinking, okay, Lucas, but I really do lack discipline. Look, discipline isn't the starting point. It's the byproduct. This is where it gets really interesting. Your brain doesn't care about your long-term goals. It cares about energy efficiency. From an evolutionary standpoint, doing nothing is often the correct decision. So when you say, I want to build a better life, your brain hears, this is going to cost energy, time, and uncertainty, and it pushes back. Let's make this painfully clear with simple math. Imagine a task costs 5 units of mental energy, 3 units of emotional stress, 2 units of uncertainty. Your brain compares that cost to the immediate reward. Scrolling your phone costs 0.5 energy, 0 stress, guaranteed dopamine. Guess which one wins? Every single time. This isn't a character flaw. It's basic cost-benefit math happening subconsciously. Here's what most people don't realize. Ambitious people are actually more likely to feel lazy. Why? Because their expectations are higher than their current systems can support. Here's the part no one tells you. Ambitious people don't struggle because they aim too low. They struggle because they aim too abstractly. You're not avoiding the work. You're avoiding unclear steps, delayed rewards, identity pressure. Saying, I want to be successful is cognitively heavy. It's like telling your brain, build a skyscraper. I'll explain how later. So it shuts down. Studies from Princeton show that financial and life-related stress can reduce cognitive performance by the equivalent of 10 to 15 IQ points. So when you're stressed about money, unsure about your direction, overwhelmed by choices, you're literally operating with less mental bandwidth. That's why some days you feel sharp and other days you can barely start. Same person, different mental load. Here's what most people do wrong. They try to motivate themselves harder instead of making the task smaller. They watch motivational videos, they wait for the right mood, they tell themselves tomorrow will be different. It won't be. Motivation is unreliable. Systems are not. This part might sting. When you say, I'm ambitious but lazy, you're turning a temporary state into an identity, and identities are sticky. Once your brain accepts, "This is just how I am," it stops looking for solutions. Lazy isn't who you are. It's a signal that your current system is broken. Let's fix this, practically. 1. Shrink the task until it feels almost stupid. If the task feels easy, your brain stops resisting. Don't say, "I'll work for an hour." Say, "I'll open the document. I'll do 5 minutes." Momentum beats motivation every time. Decision fatigue is real. Wear the same type of clothes, eat repeat meals, schedule tasks at the same time. The less you decide, the more you execute. Your ambition should live far away from your daily to-do list. Daily actions should be boring, repeatable, and unimpressive. That's how progress actually happens. Results are delayed. Effort is immediate. Your brain needs quick feedback, check boxes, streaks, visual proof that you showed up. Instead of asking, "Why am I so lazy?" ask, "What friction is making this harder than it needs to be?" That question turns self-judgment into problem-solving, and problem-solving is where ambitious people thrive. Look, the fact that you're frustrated with your own potential is actually a good sign. Lazy people don't feel this tension. They don't care. You do, which means your problem isn't ambition, it's alignment. Fix the system and the behavior follows. If this video helped you understand yourself a little bit better, hit subscribe. I post videos like this every week. And if you're ambitious but feel stuck right now, you're not broken. You're just one good system away from momentum.